Live from the 5 Eyewitness News Studios, it's Twin Cities Live with John Hanson and Rebecca Wood.
Welcome back to Twin Cities Live. Whether you're making plans to completely renovate your home, which I am.
You're kind of doing right now.
Kind of in the midst of doing that. Or if you're looking to add just a few new pieces, you may be surprised to know that some old trends are actually coming back.
Yes, they are. And you can read more about new trends in Midwest Home Magazine's Home Book 2009. And here to show us how old trends are making a comeback is Brianne Bauer from Midwest Home Magazine. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Love having you here. We learned about plants the last time you were here. This time we're going to be learning about trends making a comeback, because really all good things find their way back.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there are a lot of people right now with really old stuff in their house going, yes, I'm cool again.
But not so much.
No?
Not in the same way you're thinking.
Oh,
Because
okay.
they change them up a little bit, right, from the old trends. Starting with wallpaper. So we shouldn't be afraid of tacking some wallpaper on.
No, and it's one of the tips from one of the experts in the current issue of Midwest Home. And it's great because all these experts from Gunkelman Fletcher Interior Design to Northrop Remodeling really weigh in on what the big tips and trends are. And one of them, like you said, is this wallpaper.
Yeah, let's take a look first at what used to be the case with wallpaper. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we've all seen homes like that.
I feel a little sick.
The flowery types. Oh, yeah, they got
The border was
border?
huge. Yeah, so that is what, when you said you don't want people just to leave the old stuff up.
No.
That's not cool.
Definitely
That's the
not.
bad.
Cool. But we do have some ways that the wallpaper's updated
coming
and
back.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look.
Oh, that's
now
beautiful.
that's what we're talking about.
And this is done as an accent wall, and it's just, you know, those 3 columns. So
It's
it's
just
not
one wall.
even one sheet of wallpaper, it's 3 different ones.
It's just 3 different. Oh, and that is really pretty. I love the textures, and they're so bright.
Textures and metallics, those are one of the 2 biggest trends
And
right
so
now.
you have brought some wallpapers to show us here today. And these are different. I mean, the first one that stands out to me and the different ones that you brought was this. This is a, well, it's a sandpaper lookalike, essentially.
It really does look like
It's
sandpaper.
golder and shinier, but what is this and what makes it so cool?
Well, what makes it really unique is that just feel the texture. I mean, this is not something you would want on all 4 rooms or 4 walls in a room, but it's definitely something you could do an accent wall with.
It kind of looks like what we saw in those pictures.
With the paneling.
Yep.
So something that you don't want to put it everywhere.
No.
'cause
Is this
it's
the
really
kind of
gonna
thing
stand
that
out.
you got to make sure that you got the right lighting and it can maybe combine with the lighting can really do a lot?
Yes, and it can completely transform a simple room into something extraordinary.
See, now you showed me this, and I would say this is one of my favorites. I spent hours, probably 2 full days, chipping wallpaper off, but I think I would actually put this stuff up. This is beautiful.
This would be worth it. And again, not something you would want in a whole room, but maybe in a smaller room, like a bathroom.
Bathroom, yeah.
Or as an accent wall, like we said before.
You were telling me I should get this in my pad.
I think you were painting it red.
Yeah.
So you don't have to really match the reds either, because there's a couple different colors there.
I got a question too with the wallpaper, because what you're talking about, I mean, it can be difficult to take off. When you say trend, if this is going to be a trend for a year or 2 years, it may not be worth it. How long can we expect the trend to stay trendy?
Well, one thing unique about trends is, like you said, they come and go. But wallpaper itself, I think, is going to be a mainstay. Maybe not this pattern, but wallpaper itself. So something more generic like this. How it just has the metallic stuff picking up silver and gold on different lighting. That, I think, is timeless and classic.
Yes.
So,
and I do think if they're not so busy and don't stand out too much, you will be able to get by with at least a few years
Absolutely.
out of them. One of the things I have been noticing, so when I heard you say this, I was like, oh yeah, is padded headboards.
they're back.
They are. They're everywhere right
They
now.
are.
But here's a couple looks at the old, what they used to be, an old one considered. And you see a lot of these in like Victorian style homes. But, oh yeah, no.
No?
No.
So I think you would like that.
No. You think I would?
I would have thought so.
Yeah, I don't really like flowery things.
Would you like something more like this?
Yeah, that's more what I'm talking about. It's just subtle, beautiful.
It's subtle.
Subtle modern.
Yep, and the padded headboard completely transform a wall in a bedroom.
And does that one go beyond the bed, actually?
Yep, it extends a little further, more horizontal, and it looks like it was in a hotel.
It does. It actually does kind of remind you, and maybe I'll sleep better, because I always sleep better in a hotel, too.
Kind of looked like it blended in with the wall itself, too.
Yeah.
Trend expert right there.
Look at you.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Why are you even here, Brianne? I don't know.
So are there some things we should stay away from when we're talking about padded headboards?
You don't want it to be patterns, the fabrics.
Okay.
Be careful. You don't want busy florals, maybe, you know, a nice suede or a nice texture, but it's really up to you.
By the way, your trend expert over here recently bought a headboard that was small and not padded. So you're saying large, padded.
Yeah.
I have the wood one still, but maybe I'll have to go for the padded.
Yeah.
It's a way to get a
Try
little
it.
wild without being too wild.
Speaking of wood, though, using different wood species is the third thing you're telling us about here
Absolutely.
today, where old can become new. And let's take a look at some of the old ways where people thought of those kitchens
Oh,
in the
yeah.
70s.
It really does look like that just came right out of the 70s.
Or a cabin.
And it probably
looks like
did.
That's, yeah. Do some.
It's not a
trend
rich
expert
wood.
here says do something about that kitchen.
Trend expert John Hansen says, get rid of it.
Looks like they need a whole lot.
And that does look like very old, very 70s. So let's take a look.
Completely dated.
You gave us some pictures of an updated look at using some of the woods. Oh my gosh, that's my
So
dream
how are you
kitchen.
using wood here that makes it so much better than what we saw in those
Well,
other
this one is unique. Northrop Remodeling did this kitchen, and what they did, the flooring is completely different from the cabinetry and the center island. The center island is a painted wood. The flooring is a lighter wood versus the cabinetry dark cherry.
It's beautiful, and I know we have one other picture, and I love this with the whites and the neutral tones.
Yep, you have to mix it up. You don't want your room to look like it came out of one store or a catalog. You want it to have some character and some depth to it.
We just did it, and I was really freaked out, but I just went out on a limb, and we had we took out some old carpeting, and we went. It's white maple everywhere, and we went like black cherry wood. And it was so, for the first week I said, I don't think I like it, I don't think I like it. Now I love it. And so you really do go out on a limb. Would you suggest somebody do that if they're thinking of a resale?
I think so. You don't, if you're having buyers come into your home, you want them to feel like they could live there and not be, oh, this is kind of off-putting, everything is so put together, it looks like a catalog. So mix it up, have some character in it.
And it does. My home, I think, feels a little bit more homey because there's different kinds of woods in there.
Yes.
Very
Oh,
good.
good one.
Brianne, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're very bright. You must have gone to a great high school.
AVHS.
Apple Valley? Same here.
Really?
I
What's
didn't
the
even
fight
know that.
song?
I didn't even know that.
What's the fight song, guys?
We'll sing it in the break. I'm not allowed, I'm told, to sing the fight
Darn
song
it.
on the show.
Okay, you can pick up your own copy
Thanks,
of
Brianne.
this year's Midwest Home Magazine's home book, which is on newsstands right now.